Ooh, God, my fur there for a moment just like killed itself. Okay, everything's set up, and we are going to do a custom character, of course. Portrait. Ooh, what is a Kitsuki portrait? I do like this one. Just there generally. What gives off a nice Suki vibe? Maybe him because of the whole like little twirled mustache. Yeah, let's go with Mr. Twirl Mustache. No, go back. We have to do the appearance. Skin tone's right. Hair. I like that hair. Just a bit dark color. Eyebrows is fine. Eyebrows color. Beard. None. Tattoos. Ooh. Oh, I can have multiple tattoos. Ooh. As well as scars, but we don't have any scars. Ooh, I like that. Augmentations. Nah, nothing for the head. Unless they have like eye one.
For the glory of the dynasty!
Look upon the Emperor's faithful and tremble.
Engage the engine. I'll see you
Yeah, sounds
terminated.
young enough. Alright, what kind of world do we want? Deaf world. Gives a lot of strength, toughness, agility, but minus intelligence and fellowship. But we get Brittle Hunter. Okay. Nice little crit chance. Trusty weapons. Okay, so they just get a bunch of crit chance. Take less damage. Not bad. So they're like this is like a battle base, like Origin. Voidborn. Can roll any failed attack, dodge, parry characters, or scotches have a 20% chance of success. This chance cannot be greater than the base chance to roll. Jane. Ooh, so they're just really lucky, but they have minus the string. Bloody Mess. Anytime a Voidborn scores a critical hit, there's a chance per chance double damage. Ooh. Using non-damage ability on ally, grants the ability to roll any. Ooh. So they're all about luck. Which I think would be great, just because making a luck-based character. Hive World is about strength in numbers. So this is all about like a strength base. Helping Hand. Okay. Heal Steel. Ooh. So these are all about, okay. Ooh. Do Voidborn. Yeah, Origin. What was I? A military commander? Mishar? Crime Lord? priest, native officer, noble, sanctioned psyker. Ooh. They're just... You do something. You protect me. You kill it. You go on. Okay. You're next. Crime Lord, sure, fire plan. So I just like the commissioners will do that. Let's see. Do I want Apex Brilliance? Draw She's Glory, Feet of Greatness. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, Shadow Torment. There is a sister battle in this game, I know for a fact, that you meet early on. I believe her order was the Martyred Lady, which is a really good one. Officer. So warriors are like our vanguards. Officers are kind of like, what officers do really good is that they can make other people do more moves. What's the dirty combo? Operatives are kind of like all about setting up things, and then soldiers are all gun base. So melee, range, pretty much what their biggest things are. Making these two buff, so these weaken the enemy, this buffs your allies. So I like that. And characteristics. We are immediately boosting our fellowship because we're going charisma build. And then probably intelligence. We would upgrade our weapon skill as well. Using one of the sisters, but excited to see what you come up with. Willpower. Yeah, so we're gonna go like a stat-based character. Now our void ship. So I was able to take a look at these. I might just go for what I think is called sword ship, Falchion, which the giant ornament right there, and then the Firestorm. Just a cathedral on top. Let's call this Moonlight. Suki. Yeah, we'll just say Suki. There we go. Hello, Ashes.
excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
I like to think that for what people's Baldur's Gate 3 is, this is my. I should probably put myself over here where my art is. This is my Baldur's Gate 3. Truly an awe-inspiring sight.
That is the purpose of all temples to the God Emperor, to inspire awe and reverence. For it is the duty of his servants to persevere in their tireless service until they are presented with a chance to give their very life for the master of humanity. Allow me to introduce myself. Kunrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencias, at your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
I think we would give a few introductions. If he gives his like he's the Master of Whispers and who he's employed to, we would be like, I'm the Visional Commissar of the Fixio Perfectus, Suki Xanathal.
My regards, Commissar. Finding you was a difficult task given your parents' fate and your upbringing in the Schola Progenium. Truly, our meeting is an act of providence, is it not? I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencias, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
You say I'm one of the Rogue Traders here, so there's another candidate?
There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
Hello, Kylan. Lord Captain, a strange title for the Lady Theodora.
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis at the time when the first rogue traders entered the God Emperor's service. And therefore, it is sacrosanct.
Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor. I see that you are shocked. Yes, you understood correctly. Lady Theodora's authority indeed supersedes that of those whom you obeyed before. The Lord Captain's power is so great that she is capable of performing unthinkable feats, such as changing the fate of a servant of the Imperium. Your fate.
You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities?
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencias. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
Tell me about the one on whose ship I found myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back, especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Well, let's address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord's Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
You know, Patty, if you're still listening, I feel like a lot of Imperium names that they use for characters will just like fit right into your D&D universes. Like I feel like with all the different Vons and such, that they just would fit right in. Just like I can see you just taking notes, being like, I'm gonna use that name. I'm gonna use this name now. I'm gonna add this one. Noble guest. Candlelit altar of a copy of this 2,348 volume of the Lex Imperius. The Codex of the Sacred Laws of the Imperium.
One of the Von Valencius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
God, I love the vehicles in Warhammer. The tanks are just so cool. I love a good Lehman Russ tank like that.
What's happening? Run! The servitors have gone berserk! Feel my wrath! Forge ahead!
Single shot it,
Already done.
and then
Not a problem for me.
there we go. Oh, hello, Sakusan. You'll be tuned in to murder.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
I like how he immediately goes like there's an attack on the ship. Like, very odd.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own.
Better said than sorry, I
It is
suppose.
just at the end of this corridor.
The wires and Surtur's head are still smart. It seemed the cause of this malfunction was the short-circuiting of the motive force. Tarantula Sentry Gun, constructed with the blessing of the Adeptus Mechanics using a standard template construct in the Mount Fortum of Kavagema. Lehman Russ Battle Tank, reclaimed and restored by the grace of the God Emperor, the first to breach the capital walls during the Petrification Vortex. Ooh. A violet alloy. Obsidian. Don't know what most of these trophies are. Alright.
None shall stand in my way.
Tech Priest.
A new challenge for me?
Oh, looks like not everyone gets speaking lines. That is simply an irrational, Lady Fedora. Says the man dressed in peculiar garb, his voice tight with tension, his face, half of which is covered by sin skin, is twisted in a grimace of displeasure and disbelief. Assimilation from the trade structure would be political and economic suicide, particularly admission of heresy. Tall, gray-haired woman pins him with her gaze, her cybernetic eye, flesh and crimson, and suggests an alternative that will satisfy me. I've described the situation no worse than my essential could have done. Make a decision. What will you do if Aeon 6 Ethelfrad? You know what? Let's survey the room. First impression of Elfgard, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of cyno, implants and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, his face twisted by a slight tick, and his jerking movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Elfgard, Theodora von Donikus features appear as they are carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Evelard. Behind the two of them, you see two more men. One is a gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing, who is studying the contents of his data slate. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and balders, containing all manners of weapons. Our second candidate has joined us. The dry female voice and the powerful feeling being watched force you to look at Theodora. The rogue trader is looking straight at you, and her gaze, like herself, is predatory and impressive. Suki, approach and give me your answer. Consider this hypothetical situation. As Xeon 6, a new world on the fringe of the Coronis expanse, high seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, anamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits and protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install one or instructors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet server simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure? Well, we have two succeeds. One is our Lord Xenos, and Warp. These spirits could well be the natives' name for dangerous aliens. I would first verify that is indeed the case in the population for Aeon 6 engages in Xeno worship, or there are ways to confirm whether this is happening on Xeno 6 is witchcraft or not. It might cost several cycles to do so, but give us the answer. I could be like, I've been a former commissar. I would continue sending in more people, one crew after another, until someone succeed in their service to humanity in the conquest. And you just be casually be like, you know what? Purge the planet. We could be like, these, what they see as spirits could be just, aliens for all we know. Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor. And then, Edelgard scoffs. Apart from Xenos, untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suppose that you, Suki, are simply unaware of their existence. Oh yeah, that's Warhammer. Casually just clearing out a planet is just a normal day occurrence in this universe. I just love that. Shut your mouth before I decide to shut it for you. Yeah, I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you can do, Edelrad. The color drains from Edelrad's face, which distorts his features further. Insolent, ignorant, upstart. How dare you? Edelrad. Theodora's tone rendered silent. I believe I gave you an assignment on the ship. Explain to me, then, why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview. I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I will well forgot the time. He bows ceremoniously and takes his leave without sparing you another look. Warhammer 40k is quite grimdark in its universe. Theodora's gaze follows him as he leaves, so she turns to you. So, Suki, why are you here? Was it not just you who sent for me? There are questions that I wish to have answered. I do not know yet. I hope you will clarify that. No, there are some questions that I wish to have answered. You're direct. I approve, but you have to wait. There is something I want you to understand first. My name is Theodora von Valanicus Massimio of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of Humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic, the warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness beyond the Imperium and carry humanity's light to where power's wicked, heretical reign and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every word I discover, along with all there is to find, thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you, Suki, are one of those with the Val Valanicus blood in their veins, a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes. I am ready to take on the sacred purpose. Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you're suitable for the role of rogue trader. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful, if not for the role of Lord Captain, then for all that of their closest ally. She sighs and looks away peasantly for a brief moment. Alas, even those responsibilities can be at times too challenging for those who share your blood. Conrad Volker served as for me for many years before he made his mistake. Did I hear it correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you. His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nevertheless, he does bear the name von Valanicus, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. What if your performance in his current role is satisfactory, or it used to be, at least? Well, no, does that mean there are other heirs? Naturally, some yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelgard may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. Thank you for clarifying. May I ask questions now? I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. You know what? An incident took place on this officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew. Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were killers during maintenance, or it could be the warp playing tricks on us despite the Geller field. Perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all. The gray-haired officer gives the rogue trader a look of cautious disapproval. Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff. Enough, Edelgard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idria eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. The ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogniers, unused compartments to make ignorant folk speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads, plotting against those who yet live. Oh, by the way, each ship in like a Warhammer is like the size of a city, so there's like thousands that live upon a ship. So when they say like, oh yeah, there's a compartment we have not yet looked at, that is probably true. There's times where you spend every day exploring a new room in a ship in Warhammer, and after a mic mute. What about a mic mute? But yes. Oh. Okay. But yeah, you could actually spend a day exploring a new room in a Warhammer ship, and after 10 years, not explore every room on the ship. It is one of my favorite things about Warhammer is that like these are the battles, like a ship-to-ship combat is like the scales of a city, is like the city of Philadelphia declaring war on the city of New York. It is insane. Where's your ship headed? Record system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Only 3 rogue traders exist in the current expanse, and each of them possess resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valkis in surpassing both of them in influence and splendor. I set the course for record on the demand. His grievance gives you a stern look and shrugs. For a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this series, but now is not the time. What are my current responsibilities? Observe, learn, absorb. It'll take time for you to find your bearings. Board the vessel in your new position. Eventually I'll find a post that suits you, as I did for Edelgard. Till that time comes, consider yourself my aid. I have no more questions. In that case, I shall lead to... Fyodor's Vox awakens once more. This time you pick up shouting. Lord Captain Freeze is listening to the Voxcast and nods and draws weapon. Services report on the adjacent decks. Shall know. If the need arrives, protect a new blood. She glances at you. It's possible that the chance to prove your worth may be pressing itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Submit, and you'll die quickly.
Spare none of them!
Reduced to dust. I took care of this one.
Ooh, flamers.
Suits my purposes. Not my specialty.
Okay.
All too easy.
Bam.
Oh, this'll leave a scar!
Reduced to dust.
Nothing I...
Easy. Ooh. I imagine like the first few fights are like to get you used to the combat. Fyodor raises her hand in commanding gesture. Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not single son survive. The rogue train turns her eyes to you. Didn't bat eye when that scum bursts out onto the deck, Not bad. I've seen many officers panic at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel. The incident with rampaging sorcerers may be connected to what is transpiring now. Possible. Quite likely. She winces and flicks the switch on her Vox a few times. We will investigate at a later time. Right now we need to isolate the affected compartments to try to assess the situation. What are your orders? She breaks eye contact with you. Mora has gone ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him, see if the Archmilch requires aid, and be quick about it.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Let's go. Oh, we don't go this way. Oh, they just fell over dead. Oh, there's more fighting.
It's about time.
Conrad Vardo, that's how Sire Leap upon seeing you. Thank Providence you're alive and well. Always on time, eh, Conrad? The moment we finish cleaning the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You can set your chrono by it. Pointedly looks away from the Marshal and to you. Mort, pull yourself together. Marshal looks back at you. What did the Lord Captain send you to shivving us along? Well, we are all done here. I'll report right away. Mort pulls his watch from the belt and hurriedly reports on the situation. Good. Master whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Vox now is silent. The Vox Master is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my Archmillion just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is there a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Oh, that's another thing. To travel, like almost like to warp travel, like they do in like Star Wars or such, like Stellaris or other games. And Warhammer 40k, it is quite literally you do a quick jump through like the actual like hell, and then finally pop back on the other side. So like you just that like brief like moment you go in there can just drive people insane, quite literally. Tonight we received word from the Ignamium regarding my Gellerfield failures, but communication was already unstable half an hour ago, and they've ceased altogether. Whatever the case may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I'm receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only Voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the men have already reached officers' decks suggests that the outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is organized mutiny. We must provide immediate assistance to those on the middle decks. Perhaps that woman will be stepped away from spreading. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and navigator sanctum are secure. I have the means to do both things at once. Her expression changes, her eyes flash ominously. Edelgard, where is he? I must know if he's unharmed. Is Psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being sailed by the warp crew? Poses a greater threat to himself than others in the whole army of madmen with improvised weapons. Turtle came, but the last thing known about his moons is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18. Blessed. Master whispers. Find Edelgard immediately. Essential. Locate TS and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Archmichelin, with me. I must go to my study. It appears what we might encounter heretics along the way, Suki. Theodore looks at you thoughtfully. By Bay, Lord Captain. Voice is soft and cautious. Transitional Deck 18 is the heart of the disturbance. If our goal is to bring Edelgard back, I can use some support. After all, I'm not adept at directly confronting enemies of the house as the esteemed Archmichelin, and taking into consideration Edelgard's cycle powers. Oh. Then it's settled. Suki, find Edelgard and bring him here. To whatever state you find him. This elevator, she points at the massive doors, leads to restrictive compartments, such as my personal chambers in the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand? I won't promise that I won't lose our dearest hair somewhere along the way. I hear in a bay, Lord Captain. Waves a hand impatiently, then move out. More to come. Gives a you not. Are you ready to head 18? It's a long walk. You do not even have proper gear. I have a proposition. Since I'm the more important person here, you can go to the front to shield me from potential threats. Yeah, sure. I like that. He smiles faintly. Certainly, Lady Theodore would be devastated. She was to lose one of her precious hairs, but that is no longer relevant. With a pop and a sharp crackle, something hits you in the abdomen, and you're consumed by unbearable gut-wrenching pain. I promise you a special destiny, Suki. It's time to fulfill it. Oh. Oh my. Welcome back, Crown.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you were back with us, I see. Delightful.
I just love the idea of just cursing him. If I were you two-faced scum, you're the one behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warring Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel. An ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
I have no intention of helping you.
I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I might even take some pleasure in doing so.
To the void with you. The blade flashes in dim light and drop of blood appeared on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous, your head spinning, then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless voices each echo each other, drowning out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Go to the gate. Get out. I am not your puppet. Voices in the head giggle and mock your desperate outcry. You feel the intruding influence forcing you onto your feet and making you take a step forward. The gate still means in the center of the chamber. In the gateway, you see a Cognier with a human likeness built into the front portal. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, obedient automation, created from a lobotomized human being. The Sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. Look for anything that could be a weapon. You look around in hopes to find at least something that could work as a weapon. You search and is in vain. The chamber anteroom is clearly empty and is in perfect working condition, nary a broken panel or a protruding piece of rebar in sight. Examine the device. You carefully inspect the design of the gate's conduit. What immediately catches your eyes is a strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some which are unfamiliar to you. Suspect this might be some kind of Aerotech relic. The servitor on the gate begins to move, with a screeching groaning of metal. It leans forward closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp metallic fangs that glint in this dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green backboard. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voice that filled your head after Vanvir wounded you with the blade did not go away. On the contrary, the source code settled to a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Examine it. The servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you're used to. Its skin covering is stitched together with copper thread and has metal hinges in place of the standard joints. It seems that the creator of the Sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of this unit would be much longer than that of Anorium automations. Let's place our hand in. The Sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming. Servo motors start up and then pumps stir into motion. The vid screen of the Cognier flickers. Several long minutes pass, Sentinel's jaws remain closed, and you're beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath. Maybe even close your eyes, pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You don't understand where this quiet voice is coming from, crackling this like static. Is it the Sentinel, the Cognier? Is it a fragment of your wary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. You know what? Yes, I do require assistance. Patience for your head and slide just as quickly. It would seem the entity quoting your conscience does not have the ability to do any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Well, there is still another way.
It's been a very long day for our character.
Victory awaits!
Let it be known that my will and the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade. This bow upon them their... Oh, I guess I didn't have time to read. Bearer of humanity, and broken by adversary. Walk bravely, first in dark. Gain... I guess I can't read it as quick.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
Oh yeah, that's one of my real favorite things is floating skulls. Floating mechanical skulls. What is happening here? Who are you? Who dresses me? I need to contact someone. Possibly Fedora. I need a weapon. I'm utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
Server skull goes silent. Its relays clicking second after second passing. You realize that the server skull will not answer you. What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who dresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
If I just text so quickly. I feel that. I just want to hear the tiny bits. Ooh. Are you the Warrant Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
I need to contact someone, preferably Fedora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
In place of the mechanical screeching, the server goes projects the voice of Fedora von Vagnus. Distorted and rhythm of static gets recognizable beyond doubt. Vox must restore communication with Navigator Sanctum. I'm trying to contact the bridge. Anyone can hear me on this frequency. Regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head.
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
Lead me away from here.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Master, whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Colonel Vogler is a traitor. We parted our ways on the officer's deck. He stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
He intended to take revenge on Fedora for something and tried to reach the warrant was somehow part of the plan.
Oh, God, Emperor. I presume he is the one responsible for the mutiny. And, Master, I wish to remind you that you are to refer to the Lord Captain as Lady Theodora.
Why don't we leave matters adequate for another time? Yeah, he openly admitted he's behind immunity.
Saints' blood! Then it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit. And, for the love of the throne, Now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
A stub revolver and a sword. Okay.
Look no further. This wound will make a fine. That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive.
I think the Warren
You mean to
Sentinel.
say you did no such thing?
I think the Warren Sentinel may have sent that message. It appeared when I opened the chamber.
Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
I heard of one of Theodora's Voxcasts.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
There's definitely gone wrong with the translation.
I am no helmsman, or God Emperor preserve me, navigator. However, I've spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Gellerfield has faltered. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
Navigator's Sanctum. Very well. Will you lead the way?
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
To arms those sons and daughters of the God Emperor. Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home. With all your might, destroy those who have dared.
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved.
Are my next offering.
Run, fools, or fall!
I will level you!
I'm not interested. That's not the Seneschal's job. One fewer target!
I can't. So I can do burst fire. Okay,
Not a problem for me.
that pistol burst did not work.
Already done. Suits my purposes.
Oh yeah, so there's a thing. So if you do like a burst attack, there's a chance of friendly fire. So you fire off more bullets, but there's a chance you might hit your allies if they're right there.
Nothing I can't do.
It would help that if we don't miss, though.
Absolutely not.
Brace yourself, Abelard. Reduced to dust. I will do my duty. It will be done.
You didn't stand a chance.
Not by much.
And we already got our level up. Choose available skill. Persuasion. And we're gonna give you Kraus is toughness, strength. Yeah, we'll give you athletics. And we're gonna loot everything. Oh, we should also...
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treaties on Tactica Imperial.
Thank you. Now, where were we?
I see we have a lingering injury on our character, so hopefully he can cure that with a proper medicine check.
I stand
There we
in recognition. None shall
Navigate a sector directly along the passageway. I pray to the God Emperor that we are not too late.
And so, he will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
Master, watch your head.
Just
Indira,
a forward
would it
dive.
be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing!
This is Idira Talas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valensis.
Indira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate, To die in the waves of the Immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
So far, the voice acting is really good for some of these characters. Like, she actually sounds like a soothsayer. It's great. Then taking consciousness shrieks and crawls in deeper. Its claws dripping against you, against the walls of your mind, as if the presence is trying to hide from the seer standing before you. A diviner, are you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you are Von Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's
Yep,
heirs.
a soothsayer. Totally.
Well then, we finally meet.
You hear a few clicks from the relays on the service skull, which has followed you all the way here, and Theodora's scrambled words give way to a voice vaguely familiar to you. Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once. Prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast.
Oh. I don't know why I exited out of my game right there.
If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelstrad's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the Navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the Engineerium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our Master Cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Engine Seer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the Navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
How do you know who I am?
What? You think Lady Theodora didn't ask me to peek into the darkness behind the backs of those she sees as her prospective heirs? I have seen you. I have seen the footsteps of your past and the wounds of your heart.
Flinch at the seer's words. No doubt she's referring to the nightmares the torches reflect upon your body and mind. Your muscles contract involuntarily as stealing themselves once more for the inevitable pain. You must see the Navigator as well.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity. But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a Navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Oh, we... Get in here, team.
The Emperor is with us!
Show them no mercy!
My tactics are flawless. All too easy. Already done.
What if I burst fire?
Suits my purposes.
A tactically sound approach. I'd rather not. Indeed.
No, that's not what I wanted to do. I don't know why he's wounded.
There is movement in the Empyrean. Will do. Bingo!
Nothing of value has been lost.
The creature in the chair appears to be one of the throne. You can see pink parchment-like skin stretched between the seat and limbs that have too many joints for a normal human being. The navigator is breathing heavily, the air whistling as it was even for the two dark gill-like slits on his cheeks. The creature's eyes are shut. Two ordinary eyes as well as a third one that sit in the center of his forehead. I believe Master Vespilius still lives. Albus flinched at the sight of the stretched skin and the dark marks on the face of the creature. The servants are dead. This chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp, but we have a chance of leaving this place alive. Hey, are you? Yeah, she's like, hey, are you alive? Navigator stirs, barely able to lift his head and half opens normal eyes. Dark chalk falls from the close of the third eye down his face, leaving behind the black trail. Your time is short. Voice is coming through the Vox grill at the base of the bizarre chair, and it's unclear how the navigator is able to produce human speech. Our time is short to do what? Suddenly, the navigator's body starts crashing in place. It lurches forward and falls back onto the seat, and rushes forward again as his bone cracks and his skin tears open. However, the fusion between the body and the chair appeared to be stronger than those while impetuous. The mutant remains seated, bending as far forward as he can. His layered raiment slowly turning crimson. The gill slits burst open, forming two hideous screaming mouth-like pits. Fall to your knees, Morris, and behold the final dawn. It came from beyond. His body is not his. The screams echoed by the silent cries in your head. The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the navigator subsuming to the parry oxmans of corruption. Its march thunders on the burn of hope, and see your hearts now flood your soul with a myriad of words and meaning, each one a word of salvation within me. The navigator continues to convulse violently in his seat, shrieking and cackling, then his fit stops abruptly. His face is drenched in black and crimson. The dark ooze from under his third eyelids turned from a trickle into a stream. Mixed with the blood coming from out of his nose, there's purplish swelling around the eye. Run, flee from this place while I still have the strength. Words come out of the Vox, or they both rattle. I contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp, but it can't be done without the Master Helmsman help. Wait, I had to get up for a sec. What did I miss? Oh, I was saying that one of the characters that was with us is a soothsayer, and then Crown made the joke of soothsayer. Navigator still alive, but so what do we do now? The ship can only begin the translation with assistance of the Master Helmsman. If he's still alive, it's worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we need to support. The only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with the Edelgard and its people. I believe we'll also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the service skull relayed to us earlier. Vesper, good luck and thank you. Nair does not give a response. Black tears mixed with blood are streaming from under his closed eyelids, and Vox at the base of the deck is bailing out at inner speed with distant echoes of otherworldly laughter. Scrappy out a gun and an axe. Can you use this? That's not even good enough for you.
A new challenge for me.
Is there anything here before we leave? Anything we can loot? Nope.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Locked door. So we go the other way.
Your ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Oh, a Battle Sister.
Somebody shoot these.
I shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my Emperor.
And Battle Sisters is like if you took a if you took a frontline cleric paladin, fuse them together with a zealot barbarian, and that's what a Battle Sister is. The white-haired woman turns to face you, her dark eyes blazing. The weapon quivers in her hands, and for a brief moment it seems that she's not going to stop, and will instead continue eliminating every target she sees, starting with you.
Sister Argenta. Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you?
Suki von Valkness, the Lord Captain's heir.
The hour is dark and daunting. The ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends who are twisted by smears of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the Dark Forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelstrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
I'm no traitor, sister. You can be sure of that.
If you speak truthfully, the Emperor will not forsake you. If you are lying, you will not escape his retribution. I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
Alec has an interesting style. How so? Like, what do you mean? Like the art style, the game style? Also, Patty, you just came back when the Battle Sister was introduced. What is a warrior that Adeptus Soratius doing above a rogue trader's ship? Yours served at Excelsiorarchy, do they not?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Do you like the visual art style, Patty, or are you not a fan of it?
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
Who are these people with you?
Overseer of Middle Deck AL-84, my lord. We were rounding up everyone we could find in the attack compartments when we ran into an ambush. Just about every enforcer fell. These are the survivors.
What is happening on the officer's deck?
Massacre, my lord. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lord, be on your guard.
Let's get to the main Hall of the Deck.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
The explosion blasted a hole through the door, large enough for one person to get through. Loot. Ooh. A well-maintained step revolver. Oh, you know it. Oh.
It's about time.
I will deliver furious retribution. I'll bleed you dry.
Can I fall back now?
Not a problem for me. Nothing I can't do. Already done.
Rejoice in battle. As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Anything else?
I will endure.
Which I mean they could have done Pathfinder in a grid this whole time. Yeah. It's very interesting, isn't it?
You attack.
Can I move? Okay, right there would be good.
Victory is imminent.
All too easy.
What is that?
Doubt is for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Oh, more bad guys? Just what I wanted to see.
This is unacceptable.
Alright, we're gonna move you
I know
here.
what is to come.
Can I hit you without hurting? Oh, that would hurt.
Will do.
Hit him, but that'd be fine.
What an unfortunate
My
turn
ears
of
are
fate.
ringing.
That is not my destiny. Cover me. No can do. Not this Scryer's job.
I will do my duty. It will be done. Reduced to dust!
I don't have time for this.
As the Emperor commands, I am eradicated.
What is this foreboding? On it. Farewell.
Indeed. What viewer target?
There we go. And we got so much loot. This game seems a shame I have to pick it up. I will warn you, Pat, it will be possibly a bit confusing if you don't know Warhammer stuff. But hey, you know, it's one of the great things about the game is because the Warhammer universe, if you're a much higher rank and a soldier disobeys you, could be like, you know what, execution. Everyone around you would be like, you know what, it's that guy's fault for not following orders. So you could be as evil as you want. Ooh, these are better swords, actually. Onboarding? What do you mean? What does it mean by onboarding? I don't know that word.
Excellence matters.
Let's see, we're gonna steal what we can. Okay. I think it does a decent job. There's like certain things like it kind of like so the problem with like Warhammer is that there is so much information. Like just for like one event, which is a Horus Heresy, is like 40+ books. Like it's so much information. So to try to shove it onto a game, I can understand why I didn't want to do it, just because like trying to explain everything would take so long. You'd be reading 3 books before you start the game. Like it's still a good game, I think. So far from what I played on my personal playthrough in this. But there's certain things that are just like very different, and it's not like it follows the Warhammer game rules and not the like D&D style ones, so it can be a bit confusing to read some of the stuff. It'd be like trying to like look at Pathfinder for the first time. Like Some of it would just be like very odd. But don't let me completely influence you. I think the game is still magnificent.
I did fine. Done. Follow my lead. Excellence matters. I rise to the occasion.
Ooh, shotgun. Interesting. It's a two-handed weapon. You know what? I'll have it as a backup weapon if enemies get too close. Okay, collect the med packs. What is that? Oh.
Victory awaits.
The one thing I think Warhammer does really well, if enemies get close, you have a whole chainsword right there. That is true. And I do like my chainsword. I think that's one of my favorite things about Warhammer, is the introduction of the chainsword, which I think is one of the coolest, like, fantasy weapons to exist. Like, it's just such a cool concept. A chainsaw sword is just so cool.
None shall stand in my way.
I better myself for my service.
Alright. Let's do our level ups. I get Bring It Down. Last immediately grants an ally an extra turn with extra points equal to 2 and no movement points. I love it. You get Endure, which is... you take less damage. Expose Weakness. Awesome. You can make it less likely them to dodge. And Revel in the Slaughter. That's funny. Get boosters for the more enemies you kill. Love it.
Nothing escapes my sight.
A new challenge for me? That didn't go as I'd hoped. I did fine. I'll lay claim to the stars.
Roar of the flames ring in your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. Instinctively recoil from the scorching heat wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy cloud forms in the raging wall of fire. You're surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming. You distinctly hear the sound of footsteps, and then you see the figure walk out of the fire towards you. It is Theodora von Valkenus. Her expression is calm, terrifying so for someone whose body is engulfed in an inferno. One of her hands is resting on the hilt of her power sword, the other is raising an inviting gesture. You lost my hair. An apparition, a source of separation, trickery of the warp. Sister, you lower your weapon. Despite his commanding tone, Abelgard does not sound too confident. He's staring at the rogue trader. You notice a muscle in his cheek twitching. Frightening the Lord Captain is outrageous. Aren't you in pain? Yeah. Pain is but a reflection of one weakness, Suki. To renounce weakness of spirit is the pursuit of greatness, is the only path to heights worthy of a rogue trader. Theodore watches you without blinking. Her snake-like gaze almost makes you forget about the fire searing you, leaving burns in your skin. I can lead you of these flames, Suki, show you a path, rid you of pain, give you weapons so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide. Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word, Theodore speaks like music to your ears. The entity is now dwells in the deep recesses of your mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer. That answer can be nothing other than acceptance. Do not listen to his abomination, Suki. If there's not but his light in your heart, if you're resolute in your faith and step into the flames, the Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises, nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in his soul. To avoid with you, we need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace. The people! Abelgard looks back at the coughing, confused people around you. Suki, the survivors from the middle deck! We must help the crew, lead them out, find a way around! Over the roaring flames you hear distant sounds, frightened voices, screams, muffled and sword, as there are a body of water between you and them. Then we'll miss our chance to meet with Edda. Edda breaks off and stares off defiantly. Her knees buckled, she looks like she's about to fall. Suki, what are we waiting for? So, this is where things get interesting. There is no alignment in Warhammer 40k, well, in this game, especially. There's like 3 ideals. Dogmatic, Heretical, Ironclass. Iconoclast. They all are very different. Dogmatic is kind of faith-based. You're pretty much like, hey, the God Emperor protects us. I need to follow his ways strictly to the word. It's kind of like a bit of your... I would say that if you took the lawful side of the alignments, it's all lawful in some way. It's lawful neutral, it's lawful good, it's lawful evil. You're like, word is law, we have to follow it. Heretical is kind of like the chaotic bit. You'll do anything for power, you'll do things that are against the law, basically. It's kind of like your chaotic good, your chaotic neutral, and chaotic evil. And then your Iconoclast is your good classes, your neutral good, your chaotic good. Those type of things, where it's all about like helping people itself. Like, hey, this breaks the rules to help people, I'm gonna do it. Hey, I'm gonna spare the enemy even though it's against the law, because that's what the good thing to do is. It's kind of like base things around like the good choices. So that's like what kind of 3 ideals is. Dogmatic is follow the law, blind faith, follow the faith. Heretical is kind of like chaotic, do what's best for you, or power. And then Iconoclast is kind of like do what's best for the people, if that makes sense. So like that's like the different things. Like in this moment, you're like Dogmatic, you're like, hey, the Emperor's gonna protect me if I walk through the fire. I know this. Where Heretical is like, hey, you're giving me power here? I'll take this power, and then Iconoclast is like, hey, we got people with us. It is very interesting use of the word. I'm gonna help the people off the bridge. I will not leave my people in harm's way. Yokoi and illusion breaks, and unbearable heat instantly makes your skin burn, and the voice of the people beyond the shadow smells very stronger and hopeful. When shooting plants rush back, barking orders and guiding the survivors. You need determination. You completely forgot about Theodora, and when you turn your head, you see nothing but the bellowing fire. Back, fall back, we'll go around. Nope. I don't know why I skipped.
Follow my lead!
Where did it go? The thing that was standing in front of us in the fire? I could have sworn.
To the same place all unholy visions go. Do you want to follow it, witch?
I love the voice acting in this game so far. Adiria is just so good. Just so good.
Victory awaits.
Duty prevails.
late. We are too late. Or perhaps Edelthrad and his escort never made it here. Which would be even worse.
Or they could be fighting on the bridge as we speak. Without us.
My lord, I beg your pardon for interrupting. The people are asking for orders. You came back to save us. So now we will follow you through thick and thin.
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there, then he requires immediate assistance. I say there is one thing that I find most troubling. The Lord Captain's Voxcasts. They are still coming in, even though it would make sense for Lady Theodora to be on the bridge right now, at the head of the counter-assault. I feel uneasy. What if the Lord Captain is besieged in her own chambers? With your permission, I suggest that we confirm for ourselves that she is not. We can use the same elevator that Lady Theodora and Mort headed for earlier.
I won't tolerate weakness. None shall stand in my way.
See? Right there.
Just keep grabbing some loot.
We need to investigate. A new challenge for me.
Oh, those look goofy a bit. Lex Mechanicus goggles. We're gonna put the helmet on you.
It's about time.
Hey.
Victory awaits.
Go to the Lord Captain's quarters. Wow, this is the personal room. Pretty spiffy, I would say.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Oh, it's the convictions. Can I see what everyone is? We are ironclassed. Oh, you're level 2 in it. Okay, so you're iconoclast. You're heretical, which makes sense because you're, you know, a psyker. And you're dogmatic, which obviously makes sense because you're a battle sister. Wow, level 3. And then there's Puritan versus Fanatic, with us being in the middle. He's a bit fanatic, more Puritan. Makes sense.
None shall stand in my way.
The bedroom looks really nice. Well, that's not good. I know you could wear this helmet, so we're gonna take that and we're gonna put you in the helmet. Sorry, we're gonna ignore you a bit so we can steal some stuff. Oh, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, I'm Tsukinori Usagi, new return host. I play a variety of games, but today we're playing Warhammer Rogue Trader. Now we got a cape. Fyodor von Valken's body is brought on the large blood-drenched desk. Large Michelin's corpse still clutching a weapon, slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
Oh. Welcome in, Raiders.
I didn't hear things.
Now that the raid thing's gone. Hello everyone, I am Tsukinori Usagi, your Moonrise Return host. I play a variety of games, but and I also host a VTuber interview show called The Espresso Hour. But tonight we are playing some Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader, which is Owlcat Gaming, which has done like Wrath of the Righteousness, Kingmaker, and we are doing their Warhammer styled game. Welcome in. What were you playing, Low Life? I'm kind of curious. Oh, and there's even Karen, who I recognize that. I recognize them. I was watching YouTube on stream. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Just browsing the devs. How far in the rabbit hole did you go down in YouTube? Because with like watching YouTube, you can just like start with like you know Master Chef episode 2 of season 1, and then suddenly you're like, hey, do you want to know what are the craziest creepypastas on this iceberg? Within like an hour, it's like, wait, how did I go from Master Chef cooking videos to icebergs about creepypastas? What happened?
Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
I doubt it. Favdir wished humiliations of race suffering upon Fyodora, not a swift death.
It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here, and he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last.
What kind of weird videos?
How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Archmilitant was
gotcha.
He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
Patty knows all the people. Examine her body. You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the Rogue Trader's life was the auto pistol shot. An extraordinary, accurate one at that. Fyodora's face bears an expression of surprise, last emotion experienced in life. Something on the floor catches your eye. A heap of blood-spattered parchments and scrolls that must have fallen off the desk. Seeing for a closer look, you notice something else. Small shards of glass scattered on the floor. Major, would you mind try touching Fyodora? You might be able to see the killer through her eyes.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in the warp.
You have an Archmichelin's body. An Auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around with blood. Brain matter and shards of his skull. Safety and Archmilton's weapon is off. The killer must have been a split second quicker than he. Patty, the people guy, that is true. Stick to what exactly was broken. The object fell on the floor, and that is the much as you can discern. Upon closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent. They have been submerged in promethium. Here, what these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces, drawing closer. Lady Theodora, and Conrad, and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure. Tainted witchcraft.
Reports, accounts, dispatches you go over the scrolls and you slip upon a document that is starkly different from the rest. There's a handwritten letter signed with the initials XC, seal with a symbol that is vaguely similar to you. It sends a shiver down your spine. The offer of this letter is addressed to Theodore von Valkness, signed with the seal of one of the holy orders of the Emperor's Inquisition, the secret police of the Imperium that relentlessly hunts heretics, xenos, and other enemies of humanity. We had best be on our way.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
I love the voice acting in this game so much.
A new challenge for me?
Generate the undying screaming!
Here we go again.
Yep, here we go again.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones. Victory is imminent. I will do my duty. It will be done.
You know what? I'm gonna give you another
I'll
shot.
pass.
Oh.
Not a problem for me. You didn't stand a chance.
Oh, that was great.
Suits my purposes. Nothing I can't do.
I'll do it. None can escape the Emperor's justice.
What a fortunate turn of fate.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Take what they got. Ooh, where it gains plus 5, their intelligence is less than 35. Lap pistols, swords. Who has low intelligence? I don't. You do. You do. You okay? Your intelligence is probably never gonna go up, so we're gonna give it to you. We get Finest Hour. The officer grants ally an extra turn with full AP and movement. During the extra turn, there is no attack limit. Awesome. And then our talents. I always actually go for anything that has to do with persuasion, because I always go charisma base. Base skill persuasion, which will make our persuasion pretty darn good. Because now it's 62, which is amazing. So yeah, during breach. That's. Then we'll give you. Thick skin, anything damage reflection, that's great. You get dismantling attack, which is really nice. And yeah, fresh target, great. Deal extra damage to people that have not been hurt yet. You have firearm mastery, and then we'll give you rapid reload. That's true. I am probably gonna loot everything that they have.
It's about time.
You're not wrong. And we're going to the bridge. This doesn't look good.
Done.
The first sacrifice opens the eye. The second sacrifice draws its gaze.
Look, his punching and bleeding wound in his chest gives you a tormented look. Help has arrived. Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid. If there's any honoring you, we can at least die of dignity and give our lives to the traitor. Theodora is dead. I found her in the Archmitchell in her study. God preserve us. The rogue traitor is dead. The ship has lost her lord captain. The house, its head. No matter what ritual Chiron is performing there, the warp is too strong. I cannot withstand it. I feel my body changing every second. The warp ring in the air. This is the end. We will perish in the warp, along with the warrant and all the dynasty heirs. The enemy of humanity has triumphed. I've seen this before. We better get away from the change already starting. The ship can be still steer out of the warp, but first we must restore communications between the bridge and Navigator's Sanctum. And we have no right to bow our heads. Ooh. You can see Conrad Falkfield clearing the gloom of the bridge. The broken blade is holding is stained with dark drops that seem to give a pearlescent glimmer to them. We are out of time. Edgar bites knuckles, desperately thinking if you see a wave ripple across Elrod's eyes, and they begin to turn sickly yellow. Von Veer, you dubious cur, the rogue traitor's death will be avenged. What? Theodora is dead? No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't. Edgar lowers his head and he sighs a non-decided view, his gaze cold, haughty, and fanatical. Yours shall not be completed. I'll take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm and farewell. Elograd, no.
Your ritual won't be finished, heretic!
I know, looks kind of finished to me.
Don't you dare to cross us!
Crush him!
You know what I'm going to do? I am going to... Ooh.
I am fear incarnate.
Can you hit him from here? Awesome. Well, that's not great. You know what?
Too easy.
I'm gonna give you another turn.
Not a problem for me.
Guided by faith. Faith without deed.
Enjoy your luck.
I don't know what she hit, but she hit someone back here. I think it might have been a bad guy.
Power resides in the will of the righteous. As the Emperor commands. I'll do it.
I hope you don't miss like every other shot.
As the Emperor commands, I am. What a course! Stop it!
I'm not interested. My place is at the hall. Indeed.
Oh, please tell me just like crew officer kills it. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Each heroic act using battle increases the wearer's dodge by 20% until the end of combat. You know what? Give that to me. We'll give you that. Gets enter your falls unconscious. Their allies gain plus. We'll put this on you. I have no idea what the blade shard does, but it's fine. We'll do another level up real quick. Increase our fellowship. Easy. And a talent. Advanced skill persuasion. Easy. Because now our persuasion is an 80. Because I'm trying to go charisma build with the character. Get desolation, that's great. Bonus damage. You know what? Just increase your weapon skill. Because that increases your chance to critical hit with your melee weapon. We'll give you perception. Let's give you nimble. Gives you bonus to dodge. We need you like to be able to dodge it because you're squishy. Ballistic skill, like easy. Unpredictable. Camaraderie. For each additional ally, the soldier deals more damage. Sure. There's the helmsman. Oh, Master Helmsman, status report. Oh, hydrate, stretch. Thank you. By the Emperor, it's essential, living and breathing. Well, there's a tricky question. The whole place is so overgrown with foul weaponry. We'll be scrubbing off the vid screens for Throne knows how long. How did you people survive in here? Must have been in Province. It better have been the Emperor's, not someone else's. When they barged in here, the one with the Master Whispers, some officers charged them. It wasn't even a fight. Grabbed whoever I could and dragged them behind the Cogniers. Then I prayed for our rescue. We need to reestablish contact with Navigator's Sanctum. It's our only chance of escaping from the warp. We're soon to knock the officers out their stupor, and the air around you flies with voices and commands being issued. Hear someone sobbing, one new survivors buckling under stress. Edelgard cuffs the crying officer without even looking. Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Raid the crew, prepare transition to real space. Edelgard paused for a few seconds before turning to you. Suki, you may call me superstitious, but transition is not a good time to disregard rules. You're the only one who speaks for House Von Valkyries. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence. Direct your attention upward to the throne that sits at the apex of the tall staircase. I'm ready. Begin the ritual. Game got me wanting to try Wrath of the Righteousness again. Does Wrath of the Righteousness have a co-op mode, Patty? Or even a mod? I would love to try doing that co-op with you. See what kind of crazy things this is. This game actually has cooperative mode. That actually reminds me. This game has cooperative mode. I don't know what the cooperative mode is. Like, you each have your own character, or how it works, or you play one of the NPCs. But I do remember that. The image before you is hazy, swaying sorcerous currents, invisible to mortal eyes, as weathers beneath this thin shell is constantly changing while still remaining the same. It's taken on the gaze of Theodora, but the false trader's eyes reveal the entity's true surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire. The other, vessel of ancient evil, pours into you. The voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and his voice booms with all the horrors of the warp. Who do you oppose destiny itself for the sake of lives that are not your own? So many threads stretch between you and other creatures of your world, pitiful, worthless links, ready to shatter at the slightest touch. A muddle, erratic, pointless tangle. Resonating bursts merges with the voices that have already dug their foul roots into your consciousness. When later you realize that all these voices are the myriad manifestations, the same call that has been finally invaded your mind. I am saving my people. Do your worst, but you cannot stop me. Lead them, mortal. Guide them. Persuade them. Force them to walk your path. You will need followers for destiny's preordained. This barren vow to return for trophy. A relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured instead of chosen. Yet you broke the unbreakable when you took the experienced place. I see you on the day when the final dawn rises over the iron world. I see you by my side on the day of my resurrection. Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities, tickled chances, the threads that will lead you out of the mall in reversibility, the threads that will help you find the keys of elevation, the threads that will guide you in the weapon of our return to me. The path is set, child of dawn. The threads woven, follow it, servant of mine. Essential. The Navigator's Sanctum is silent, the Vox signal is stable, which means the Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Falken's flagship. We will honor his memory with all those who died this day. Essential. Will you tell us now who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer.
Oh.
It is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision.
Say nothing.
It is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the Warrant of Trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lord. It is because of his toils that we all still live.
The deed is done, Master. My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members. Yet hope remained, for the second in line to the Rogue Trader dynasty survived, and through the strength of his resolve, saved those who were counting on him for protection.
It was a good art style. I do like it. It does. Ooh, it does get that Darkest Dungeon vibe. Well then, your lordship. Can you help but notice that she does not know how to talk to you or where to begin? Sensation begins to elevate smirk to your face, as though someone else entirely is gloating at the old officer's confusion. Seeing you smile, Edelgard pulls himself together. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have had to be filled by the deputy, while others go unfilled entirely. Now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leader of this cruise. Oh yeah, to give you an idea, like you know, like for like a ship in like our normal time, like crews will change out like constantly. For ships in Warhammer, because they'll go for like millenniums or like centuries, you will have like you have crews that will live their whole life on the ship and have children who serve the ship, grandchildren, and so forth for generations. You'll have like generations of people that live on these ships taking care of it. How we can lose so many officers? It appears the heretics were deliberately targeting the vessel's command. They knew exactly whom they were looking for and when they could be found, which isn't surprising given that their informant on board was our own Master of Whispers. What are the agendas for this meeting? Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn from reporting affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I'm still receiving updates from across the ship, and they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take guaranteeing effort. Even so, as far as you personally negotiating with the authorities of the system we are currently in, so prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your lordship. Take this opportunity to get a look at the officers who work 6 seconds away from the bridge, and in turn will have the honor of beholding this Lord Captain. Have you succeeded in tracking down Wagner? No, Lord Captain, and all the commotion is Trailwind Code. Our people are still in the hunt for him, and any mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's many quarters. But frankly, I would not be surprised to hear that we are now one shell short. I'm afraid it'll be some time before he answers for all he is route. I'm ready to start the briefing. Summon the officers. The Gesher relays the orders to the objections at the far end of the magnificent chamber. A dozen imperative eyes bored into you, the expression revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and worriness. Attention, officers, you have been granted the honor. Lord Captain Suki von Valkness will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. I love how you can yawn and be like, I haven't the time for this. Perhaps you would introduce these present. Abelard, as you wish, your lordship, points to a tall, silent woman whose body seems to contain as many implants as does flesh. Vigis Suri Orta of the Toyman line, our new Voxmaster. It is an honor to serve you, your lordship. The Voxmaster offers a deep bow. Aboard this vessel you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I am responsible for receiving, processing, sending all communications between you and them, as well as eternal sources. I'm your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Beside her is Revert, Master Hausen. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us, ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. Hello, Lord Captain. This here ship is good as a home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. And lastly, our High Factium General Stanrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. It is an honor, your lordship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. The second row, we have 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard. The Furnace Master, whose crew works to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship. And lastly, the Drives Master, servant of the Omnisha. Three officers salute you. The first manager does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Drive Master officer says salute resembling a dance involving the complicated manipulation of all the tech priests mechanics. Thank you, Abelard. Greetings to you all. I served at your pleasure, Lord Captain. I wish to hear the First Master's report. This is Lord Captain. Tall young man bows said in deference. I can report that all fires across all decks now have been extinguished. The preliminary damage is estimate in terms of material losses and crew casualties have been completed. The results have been submitted to the Sessional and the High Factium. The post passed to him after the previous First Master and his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. This lad is managing well so far. He can take the heat, so to speak. Oh, hello, Skunky. Hi, Factron. What have you report? We are toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task required next to no involvement from your lordship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given into the tech priest's hands for intention. That all lost supplies are replaced. There's only resource I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately, their number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We will make up our losses on the nearest planet, Recurrent Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system, in fact, belongs to the Winterscale Rogue Traders Dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at the levels are a matter for the rogue trader. Especially true, giving Caligos Winterscale's pension for attacking first and asking a question later. The kind of fixed skull thugs he usually installs as governors on his planet. Drive Master, I will hear from you now. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repertories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine restricted into my care is unharmed. Thanks to Amisha, but his spirits mourns its dead brethren. We have not identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its soaring anger. With great sorrow, I must report that the Engineer Prime, Overseer, and spiritual authority of all tech priests on board fell in battle. Naos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him. It was a terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement as soon as possible. I see. Thank you. Tech priest bows her head. Master Helmsman, deliver your status report. Right as you are, Lord Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ship's sound, more or less, but for our engineer and navigator who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set up as much as a toe inside the warp, I don't know what will happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting to the bulkheads. Your Lordship, if you allow me to interject, when we arrived in the system, my crew followed standard protocols and collected an account of all the available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobilis station. The station maintains a complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To locate Navigator in the very same system, this incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. I am the will of the weed of destinies, until I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. A thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility, a thread that will help you find a key salvation. If I were you, I'd grab the chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use it as your new residence. Slightly less shitty news, we can go around the system until our heads are swimming, as long as the Prometheum supplies last. If any thick as rocks lowlifes come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out, so don't worry on that score. Master Ernst, do you have anything to report? No, my job's simple. Maintain the arsenal on fire where I'm told, but if you ask anyone, we got no evil crew, no Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. I apologize profusely, Lord Captain. Pardon the fool. The ship's in ruins, every other officer is dead, and Lord Captain's no longer with us. Fear has taken a hold of me. If I heard of you, oh yes, your fame has reached as far as the expanse. I could be showing myself up in front of an illustrious person such as yourself. The Master of Ordnance can report that the rest of the arsenal has been saved and the batteries in good order. We are ready to fight as the Lord Captain's will. Summarize. We have sustained serious losses in crew members and require a new engineer and navigator. Is all that is preventing us from continuing this voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain. But bear in mind that that would not be the end of our trials. The ship systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out of Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector. We will never reach Footfall without first resolving these 3 immediate problems. Thank you. What can you tell me about the system in which we currently find ourselves? I see to Voxmaster on that point, Mr. Stroyman. We are in the Redkurt star system, and our voyage here was undertaken in orders of your lordship Procedure. There are 3 inhabited bodies in the system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have been pursued, confounding results. The Navius Nobilis station has not simply failed to answer, it seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system. Recurrent Minoris itself is also not responding to our hails. It was alarming that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seems to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. The situation is not very encouraging. Without a navigator, tech priests, and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet Navis Nobilis system and find out what the void is going on. Thank you for all your reports. Dismissed. And sub officers salute you as one. Bishop, there's one other thing. Confidential matter of the most importance. Lady Theodora, your eternally esteemed procedure, brought the ship here to assist for a reason. She was giving a secret commission. Perhaps you're wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything, and I shall tell you. The Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, the chief archetype of his will in the Cronus Expanse. I'll be honored to fulfill the Exodus commission. Was he asked Theodora? The other was seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Hendrix Van Kolix. Interrogator, you understand. All we know is that he's somewhere in this system, that we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and deliver him to Footfall in the Footbreeze system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but as an Inquisitor is an important individual, the authorities in the system, either Navis Noblight or the Governor of Rickard Renorius Spain knows him. That is all, your lordship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it's a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Von Bactus Proctor. Ooh, so much reading and speaking. Idris, Sister Argana, explain yourselves. Sister grimly nods towards Adira. The Psyker is suffering some ailment, a dark madness. She sends out to see the rogue trader. Judge that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. I was hoping to approach you with a personal request, but I can wait. Speak with me when you have time, rogue trader. Daybreak. Idria, come to your senses. Damn it. Your lordship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future and it hit me so hard. My head's still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way, and I can't make out what it is, no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak, or maybe it's dawn. And it's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. If it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? Can I extract any information of value from a single word? Can you tell us anything, Mistress Class? No, not yet, anyway. Voices are grim berserk. I'll shut it at once. I can't make any sense of it. As soon as I know or sense anything, I'll report it, alright? Look, Captain, do you want me to take a closer look to your future? Find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions. I'm sure you will benefit from them as well. If there is nothing else to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It's time to go to work. Alright, I think that's great, because the game honestly, that's great. I think it's a great place to end it out, and we can raid out. Who is online is the question. Oh, I already know who I'm raiding. Easy. It is there is a Vaughn. So I'm gonna raid Vaughn. Alright. Thank you all for joining me for some Warhammer Rogue Trader. I'll probably be playing this for like the next few weeks because this is what I've been wanting to play for a probably for a year now. But let's go over to Vaughn and bother them for a bit, who's playing some Persona 5 Royale.